Boker Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, February 9th, Erev Shabbat Parshat Mishpatim. In Mishpatim, we meet what was referred to in Latin as the rule of lex talionis, it seems. What is lex talionis? So here in the Torah describes, if you do cause harm, nefesh tachat nafesh, then you will have to give a life in the place of a life. Kill someone, then you are put the death penalty is the punishment. But then it continues, if you haven't killed them, but you'll cause other harm, ayin tachat ayin, shein tachat shein, yad tachat yad, regel tachat regel, kviyah tachat kviyah, petza tachat patza, chabura tachat chabura. An eye for an eye, a tooth for an eye in place of an eye, tachat in place of an eye, tooth, hand, leg for leg, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. That's what the Torah says. And indeed, when you read the ancient codes of Hammurabi, for example, in Mesopotamia, if a man put out the eye of another man, his eye shall be put out. If he break another man's bones, his bones shall be broken. That's what was practiced. It was a tit for tat, directly so. And the Torah seems to present it to us, indeed, that way as well. The Rambam actually tells us, if you wanted to know the principle here, and he says in the Guide to the Perplexed at least, he says, and he who mutilated the limb of his neighbor shall himself lose a limb, and he has caused a blemish, as it quotes the pasuk, as he has caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. That is the principle that we have. The principle that we have is indeed such that that's what you should do. Pause for a second. The Rambam continues. You must not raise an objection from our practice of imposing a fine in such cases, for we have proposed to ourselves to give here the reason for the precepts mentioned in the Torah, and not for that which is stated in the Talmud. Now, this is not the Rambam actually seeking to poo-poo and diminish what's stated in the Talmud. Not at all. He has very clear statements about how significant this mitzvah is to affirm what the whole idea of a Torah Shabbal Pev, an oral tradition, is. But he wants you to know that the Torah puts out to you in its language what it says for a reason. That in principle, this is what should happen. Now, in fact, in halacha, we don't do it, right? We don't do it. So instead, we have a system to evaluate and to assign a financial payment for a harm that's caused to another person, to his eye, to his body, in any other way. I was thinking about actually something that happened to Susie and I and the family years ago. We were driving to Baltimore, just at the foot of the George Washington Bridge, if you know, getting off the Henry Hudson Parkway, onto Riverside Drive for a few seconds, under the overpass, and there was a woman driver to our far right who decided to make a U-turn across 3 lanes, and banged into us, right, and caused some damage to our car. And she got out. She's so sorry, and begging us not to call the insurance. And her husband reached out to us as well and said, "Look, my wife does this all the time. I don't know what to do. I'm running around all the time writing checks for her because she's just a terrible driver." And so we let him write us a check, honestly, in that situation. We did not bring it to the insurance company, whether that's the right moral and legal obligation. We're not solving here right now. And again, it was just damage to my car, which is a separate category in halacha. But at the same time, I kind of recognized, no, we should be hone in on the real issue, which is, are you respectful of the other person? Right, and what it means to drive a car and to be in a space with other people. And if it's just going to always be the case, as I'm thinking about it now, right, that you whip out your wallet every moment to try to fix it, while people are causing damage to others, then you're missing something. If you hurt somebody, and then you should understand it's true. You'll end up paying a financial penalty. But understand that what really should happen is that part of your body should be taken from you, so you really comprehend in your body what it means to cause somebody else harm. We don't do it, but it stays in the Torah in this form and not directly stated as a monetary. It's only through the rabbinic tradition and interpretation that it's such, to help convey that what it means to be in a space with others, in a world with others, means to carry responsibility for your presence and their presence in their person as well. With that in mind, I wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Continue to respect one another. And Shabbat, I hopefully will talk a little further from a different angle on the very topic. Wishing you all Shabbat Shalom.